All right. So this is more about files. So I'm gonna name the title more about files. Right. So last tutorial we learned how we can associate this class to this tag. To this file by making this a object and associating it with open and entering the file name, and you can also input data into this file by outputting data into this object because they're associated. Well, actually, there is an easier way to summarize these two lines into one line, and it's pretty simple. All you have to do is type quotation mark, brackets and quotation mark inside, and enter the same the same file name inside the bracket. So it's pretty much doing the same thing you would do with the open constructor, but now you're summarizing two lines into one. And now when you run this, everything is still running fine. Okay, well, and before I leave the tutorial as it is, there's also another thing that I want you guys to know. Well, this is checking if the program is open, checking if the object is open. Well, it's actually a bad name. It doesn't mean what it explicitly means, but I'll explain later. So all we have to do now is type if Robert file is open, and we can, as a result of this, we can type file is open. And if not, we do that by else. We say cout. The file is not open. So that's pretty clear and straightforward. Now let's run this to see if our file is not open. So our file is open. What does that exactly mean? It doesn't mean that the file is open on any of our windows because it's not, right? I didn't open the file somehow just then. What the opening file means is that it's checking if the object is associated to this text file. So when I enter this into the program here, the computer is checking if the object is associated to the watermelon text. If it's not, the system will print out the file is not open. So there is also another thing. How do you know by reading this line if it's related, if it's associated or not? Well, so read inside the bracket. Inside the bracket is exactly what we have done to make them associated. If I get rid of that text, the file is not open, and that simply means this object is not associated to this non-existing text file. When it says the file is not open, that simply means the object is not associated to any file. And to fix it, just create a new file. So that's more about files, and hopefully we'll learn more about this in the future.